Jones, Pro Football Hall of Famer, top 100.
Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks.
DK Metcalf.
Hey, Burrow, you're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam. You're watching NorbCam.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever NorbCam Mock Draft 2020. Yes, I am doing a mock draft. Never done one before in my life, but I am excited to simulate what the 2020 draft might look like, which takes place tomorrow. But we're going to do all 7 rounds here tonight, or at least as far as the Seahawks are concerned. Now, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to be simulating the draft with the help of, go to my screen here, my Pro Football Network mock draft simulator. And the computer with a bunch of fancy algorithms and all kinds of sophisticated data is going to simulate what each team would potentially do in this 2020 draft. And when it comes to the Seahawks pick, I will do my best to try to imitate General Manager John Schneider and Head Coach Pete Carroll and try to decide what the team needs best, whether to trade the pick for more picks or to actually take a pick at that point. We're going to find out how it all plays out. You guys might have a totally different idea. This simulator might have its own idea of what might really happen, but we're all guessing at this point, and it's going to be fun to see what happens. But I am excited, you guys. Can't wait to get this started, and I see people in the chat. Cards and Gaming, Life with Mackenzie, the Pro Console Gamer 09, Craig Hanseth, Melon, Fabian Narano, and iTrash Panda, many, many more. And iTrash Panda asks, how many picks did the Seahawks get? Well, currently, the Seahawks have 7 picks. They have the 1 pick in the first round, 2 picks in the second round, 1 pick in the third, 2 in the fourth, no 5th round picks, 1 in the 6th, and none in the 7th. And we're going to see soon enough if that stays the same, or will I find some way to magically create additional picks to build up this roster. 7 picks going into this 2020 draft. We are going to start here in the first round. As you can see right up there, that is the Bengals with the first overall pick. And we are going to start the draft right now. Here we go, folks. With the first overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback out of LSU. No big surprise there. The Redskins with the second overall pick take Chase Young, defensive end out of Ohio State. The Lions with the third pick take Jeffrey Okudah, cornerback from Ohio State. And Kyle Wardlow, thank you for the super chat. Yes, going to the Bucks. We talked quite a bit about it yesterday and today. We'll see what kind of impact he has in the NFC South with reuniting with Tom Brady. Back to the draft. With the fourth overall pick in the NFL draft, the New York Giants select Isaiah Simmons, outside linebacker, Clemson. With the 5th overall pick, the Miami Dolphins take quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback from Alabama. They're not afraid of that hip. They're going to go for it and take a chance. With the 6th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Chargers select Tristan Wirfs, offensive tackle out of Iowa. With the 7th pick in the NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select C.J. Henderson, cornerback, Florida. With the 8th pick in the NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Andrew Thomas, offensive tackle out of Georgia. I went too fast. The Jacksonville Jaguar with the 9th pick, select Jedrick Wills, offensive tackle, Alabama. This might take forever if I announce it really fast, so I'm going to speed things up a little bit. With the 10th overall pick, Cleveland Browns take Derek Brown, defensive tackle out of Auburn. Jets at 11 take Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver from Alabama. Oakland Raiders at 12 select Justin Herbert, quarterback out of Oregon. 49ers at 13 select Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle, South Carolina. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just got Gronk and Brady, at 14 select AJ Epineza, defensive end, Iowa. At the 15th spot, the Broncos select Justin Jefferson, wide receiver, LSU. The Falcons at 16 select Henry Ruggs III, wide receiver, Alabama. The Dallas Cowboys at 17 select CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver, Oklahoma. Miami Dolphins at 18 select. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? No, the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns select Mekhi Becton, tackle, out of Louisville. I guess there was a trade there that happened. Not sure. The Raiders at 19 select. Oh, YGM, Yetur Gross-Matos, defensive end, Penn State. At 20, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Kenneth Murray, outside linebacker, Oklahoma. At 21, the Eagles select DeAndre Swift, running back, Georgia. At 22, the Vikings select Denzel Mims, wide receiver, Baylor. The Patriots at 23 select Ezra Cleveland, tackle, Boise State. With the 24th pick, the Saints select Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State. At 25, the Vikings select Christian Fulton, cornerback, LSU. The Miami Dolphins at 26 select Clavon Chasen, outside linebacker, LSU. And that brings us to my Seattle Seahawks picking at 27. What shall we do? Am I going to pick or am I going to trade? I propose, as John Schneider will most likely do, I'm going to propose a trade to the Cincinnati Bengals. And let's see if they go for this. I am going to see if the Cincinnati Bengals, in exchange for my 27th pick, I'm going to offer my 27th. In exchange, I'm going to be greedy here. I'm going to ask them for their 33rd pick, second round. I'm also going to ask for a 4th rounder and a 5th and a 6th. If you don't ask, you won't receive, right? Let's see what happens. The trade is proposed. Will I propose this trade? Yes, I do. And the Bengals go for it. Oh my gosh. Miracles do happen. Let's go back to the draft. And so the Bengals take the spot at 27. We'll resume the draft here as Seattle moves back to 33. The Bengals at 27 select Austin Jackson, offensive tackle, USC. The Baltimore Ravens at 28 select Cesar Ruiz, center, from Michigan. At 29, the Titans select Trevon Diggs, cornerback, Alabama. At 30, the Green Bay Packers select K.J. Hamler, wide receiver, Penn State. With the 31st pick, 49ers select Xavier McKinney, safety, out of Alabama. And to wrap up day one of the draft in 2020, with the 32nd pick, the Kansas City Chiefs, world champions, select Jalen Reagor, wide receiver, out of TCU. All right, folks, so that wraps up the first round. We will now go to round 2, which is technically day 2. That would be Friday, so we're now into Friday. And the Seahawks, my team, gets the first pick of the second round at number 33. Am I going to draft this time? Or do we trade back once again? If I'm going to channel my inner John Schneider, I think he's telling me we need more picks. I'm going to trade again. But who shall I send? Who shall I send? I got it. I'm going to talk to the new owner, the new coach over at the new coach over at the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to propose trading my 33rd pick. But what I want back, I want their 38th pick. But again, I'm greedy, so I'm going to go for it. I want their 5th rounder. I want their 152nd pick. And while I'm at it, let's go for the other two. Let's get their 184th and their 221st pick. Let's see if we can turn one pick into 4. Can we do it? Come on, Carolina. Here's the proposal. What do you say? What do you say? Oh, and they go for it. Panthers take the 33 spot. Seattle moves down one more time back to the draft. And the Panthers at 33 select Patrick Queen, outside linebacker, LSU. The Indianapolis Colts at 34 select Julian Aquara, defensive end, Notre Dame. The Detroit Lions at 35 select Jonathan Taylor, running back, Wisconsin. Oh, heart breaks. I know that there was talk of Jonathan Taylor being available to go to the Seahawks. I missed it. That's the chance you take when you trade back, I guess. At 36, the New York Giants select Laviska Shenault Jr., wide receiver, Colorado. Oh, the pressure's getting to me. My eyes are watering. At number 37, the Chargers select A.J. Terrell, cornerback, Clemson. And now, here we are, finally, Seahawks at 38 at round 2. I think it's time to draft a player. Here we go. With the 38th pick out of the second round, we've got to go D-line, yo. We've got to go D-line. And I really like this cat out of Boise State. The Seahawks select Curtis Weaver, defensive end, Boise State, baby. Let's find out who we got here. Curtis Weaver. Curtis Weaver, a defensive end out of Boise State. Look at him going there for the penetration. He's an athletic college pass rusher who can be used standing over tackle or out of the three-point stance. Plays with balance, displays good change of direction skills, and moves well to every area of the field. Look at the pursuit side to side. Rarely off his feet, he uses his hands well and easily gets out into space. Look at him clogging up the middle there. Makes plays in coverage. But look at that. Ooh, off the left side, the penetration is there. He can bend off the edge and easily alter his angle of attack. Nicely redirects to the ball carrier and possesses a solid closing burst. Strong and holds his ground. Yes, we're talking about Curtis Weaver, defensive end, Boise State. There we go. So, we shall continue. That's your first pick so far in the 2020 NFL Draft. What's the reactions here, folks? Deadly Skills has to remind everybody, this isn't the draft, guys. This is fake. No kidding. That's why they call it a mock draft. Okay, this is just for fun. All right, we'll resume with the draft. At the 39th spot, the Miami Dolphins select Antoine Winfield Jr., safety out of Minnesota. With the 40th pick in the NFL Draft, the Texans select Isaiah Wilson, offensive tackle, Georgia. Dolphins at 41 again select Lloyd Cushenberry, center, LSU. The Jacksonville Jaguars at 42 select Michael Pittman Jr., wide receiver out of USC. The Dolphins at 43 select... Oh, wait a minute. They made a trade with Jacksonville. And Jacksonville at 43 takes Jeff Gladney, cornerback, TCU. The Colts at 44 select Ross Blacklock, defensive tackle, TCU. The Buccaneers at 45 select Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back, LSU. Broncos at 46 select Marlon Davidson, defensive end, Auburn. Falcons of Atlanta at 47 select J.K. Dobbins, running back, Ohio State. The New York Jets, Jets, Jets at 48 select Joshua Ouch? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Outside linebacker, Michigan. The Pittsburgh Steelers at 49 select T. Higgins, wide receiver, Clemson. The Dolphins at 50 select Terrell Lewis, outside linebacker, Alabama. Cowboys at 51, select. Jeremy Chin, safety, Southern Illinois. The Rams at 52, select. Josh Jones, offensive tackle, Houston. The Philadelphia Eagles at 53, select. Matt Hennessy, center, Temple. Buffalo Bills at 54, select. Grant Delpit, safety, out of LSU. Baltimore Ravens at 55, select. Lucas Niang, offensive tackle, TCU. The Miami Dolphins at 56, select. Raekwon Davis, defensive tackle, out of Alabama. The LA Rams at 57, select. Neville Gallimore, defensive tackle, Oklahoma. Vikings at 58, select. Jabari Zuniga, defensive end, Florida. And now the Seahawks, here we go. At 59, what shall we do? Well, as we've stated all along, we need pass rushers. We don't have Jadeveon Clowney locked in yet. And Griffin, Ngakwe, all these guys are still up in the air. I've got to go defensive end. And who am I going to take? Who am I going to take? I hope he's still here. If not, it's going to mess me up. I'm going with Travis Gibson. Travis Gibson from Tulsa, baby. You're like thinking, who is this guy? Well, let's find out who he is. Travis Gibson from Tulsa. Athletic defensive end. Look at him. Look at him chase down the quarterback. Look at that motor run. With a big upside. Plays with proper lean consistently. Gets leverage on opponents. Keeps his feet moving. Effectively uses his hands and displays solid movement skills and fluid change of direction ability. Chases the action hard. Flashes the ability to bend off the edge. Look at him there. Pull on the feet right there. Flashes the ability to bend off the edge and gets focused on by opponents and displays a quick closing burst and works to make plays. Let's see him make a play right here. Oh, right there. Seals the edge, forces inside. Doesn't let him get outside to the end zone. Look at that penetration up the middle. Takes down the quarterback. Again, pursuing from the backside. Takes down the ball carrier. Gotta love it. Travis Gibson, defensive end, out of Tulsa. All right, resuming with the NFL draft here in the second round. At 60, the Baltimore Ravens select. Oh, Jacob Phillips, inside linebacker, LSU. The Tennessee Titans at 61 select. Prince Tiga Wanoga, tackle, Auburn. The Green Bay Packers at 62 select. Quarterback Jacob Eason, out of Washington. Kansas City World Champs at 63 select. Logan Wilson, inside linebacker, Wyoming. And finally, my turn once again, rounding off the 64th pick here, the final pick of the second round. I'm going to finally move to my next position of need, and that is defensive tackle, baby. And I'm looking at Jordan Elliot, defensive tackle out of Missouri. Let's go check out Jordan Elliott raw. Plays with terrific leverage and power. Look at him get in there. And can be an overpowering force. Easily holds his ground and shows the ability to bull rush double team blocks and collapse the pocket. Flashes tremendous hand technique and athleticism and solid movement skills. Look at that. Consistently sheds blocks to get to the action. There he comes right off the middle there. Oh, buries the running back. It's rare to see a tackle wearing number 1, but look at him coming off the block, sheds the block, forces a loss in the play. Jordan Elliott, defensive tackle out of Missouri. All right, so that wraps up round number 2. Now we go to round number 3. How are we all doing over here? Nico Nucero, Norb, you really love those defensive tackles and defensive ends. Ha ha ha. Well, We lost a lot of defensive tackles in the offseason. We need pass rush. I don't know what we can get done in the offseason. I got to build it through the draft. So here we go. Now, we're on to the third round of the NFL draft. Let's do this. The Bengals with the 65th pick in the NFL draft in 2020 select Gabriel Davis, wide receiver, UCF. The Redskins at 66 select Kyle Duggar, safety, Lenoir Ryan. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Lions at 67 select Ashton Davis, safety out of Cal. Jets at 68 select Matt Pert, tackle, UConn. The Panthers at 69 select Albert Brunum. Okay. Try to say that one 10 times fast. Tight end out of Missouri. The Dolphins at 70 select Adam Troutman, tight end, Dayton. Chargers select 71 James Lynch, DTA Baylor. Speed it up a little bit here. Cardinals select Harrison Bryant, tight end, FAU. Dolphins select Bradley Ane, defensive end out of Utah. Browns at 74 select Zach Bond, linebacker, Wisconsin. Colts at 75 select Jalen Johnson, cornerback, Utah. Buccaneers at 76 select Justin Madubuike, defensive tackle, Texas A&M. Broncos at 77 select Javaris Davis, cornerback, Auburn. Falcons at 78 select Cole Kemet, tight end, Notre Dame. Jets at 79 select quarterback from Oklahoma, Jalen Hurts. Oh, sorry, there was a trade. Switch that. Patriots looking to fill in the shoes of Tom Brady. Make a trade there and get Jalen Hurts, quarterback out of Oklahoma. Now the Raiders picking at 80 select Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver, Arizona State. Raiders with the 81st pick, back-to-back picks, go with AJ Green, cornerback, Oklahoma State. Dallas Cowboys at 82 select Noah Igbinoghene. There's so many names hard to say in this draft. Noah quarterback, Auburn. Broncos at 83 select Ben Barch, tackle, St. John's. Rams at 84 select Malik Harrison, outside linebacker, Ohio State. Lions, 85 select Willie Gay Jr., linebacker, Mississippi State. Bills at 86 select Keith Ismail, center, San Diego State. Jets at 87 select. Oh, there's a trade. We have a trade. Patriots move up to 87 for the Jets, and they select Lynn Bowden, wide receiver out of Kentucky. Saints at 88 select Akeem Davis Gaither, outside linebacker, Appalachian State. Vikings at 89 select Jason Stowbridge, tackle, UNC. The Colts at 90 select Joshua Kelly, running back, UCLA. Raiders at 91 select Azura Kamara, outside linebacker, Kansas. Ravens at 92 select Jonathan Greenard, outside linebacker, Florida. Tennessee Titans at 93 select Brian Edwards, wide receiver, South Carolina. Packers at 94 select Damon Arnett, cornerback, Ohio State. Broncos at 95 select Darrell Taylor, outside linebacker, Tennessee. Kansas City Chiefs at 96 select Devin DuVernay, wide receiver, Texas. Cleveland Browns at 97 select Kenny Malikis, defensive end, Michigan State. Jets at 98 select Tyler Biadasz. It looks like badass. Tyler Biadasz, center, Wisconsin. You had some fun with that name. Biadasz the badass. The New York Giants at 99 select Khalid Kareem, defensive end, Notre Dame. Patriots 100 select Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver, Michigan. And here we are, Seahawks at 101. And in this pick, I go to my next position of need. I believe secondary, while getting a good upgrade with Quentin Dunbar. I still feel like we need more depth there. And I'm going to take Brice Hall, cornerback from UVA. Let's take a look at the tape. Brice Hall. What you got, baby? Brice Hall, cornerback out of Virginia. Highly considered cornerback who is fluid in his back pedal, stays on the receiver's hip out of breaks, and has a burst to the ball out of his plant. Displays timing on pass defenses, possesses solid ball skills, and shows good awareness. Works to keep the receiver in front of him. And look at that, can rush the quarterback off the edge as well. And there you go. Cornerback Brice Hall out of Virginia. Let's continue now with the draft at the 102nd pick. Pittsburgh Steelers select. Oh, trade. Atlanta takes the Steelers pick, moves up, and takes Darnay Holmes, cornerback out of UCLA. The Chiefs at 103rd pick select Cam Akers, running back, Florida State. The Rams at 104 select Eno Benjamin, running back, Arizona State. The Vikings, with the 105th pick of the 2020 NFL Draft, select Logan Stenberg, guard out of Kentucky. And to round off the third round of the NFL Draft, the Patriots select at 106th. The 106th pick, Patriots select A.J. Dillon, running back, Boston College. And that wraps up round 3. We've got 4 rounds to go, folks. Almost halfway there. And my Seahawks, once again, end up with the first pick here in round 4. What to do. We've spent a lot of time on the defense. I think it's time now to spend some time on the offense. And while we've done a lot of moves in the offseason to beef up that offensive line, you can never have too many guys there. I'm going to go offensive lineman. Looking for tackles for the future. And I'm going to take Jack Driscoll, offensive tackle out of Auburn. Let's take a look at the tape and see what Jack Driscoll from Auburn can do for you. Jack Driscoll, large, tough college tackle who projects to guard at the next level. Quickly sets up off the snap, shows strength at the point, and plays with a nasty attitude. Sets with a wide base, works to bend his knees and keeps his feet moving. Stays square, turns defenders from the action and gets movement as a run blocker. Makes proper use of his angles and seals opponents from the play. He's intelligent, keeps his head on a swivel, and picks up stunts and blitzes thrown by opponents. Now again, don't look at the result of the play, watch the action at the line. Look at him seal off his blocker. Right there off the right side. Waits for the action. Sheds off the block, holds the block, look at it, holds in the seal of the block. Now the running got forced in, didn't gain much, but he did his job. And look at that. Picking off the edge defender. And once again, in a passing situation, moving his feet, picks up, helps on the double team, knocks him off his feet, and there you go. That is Jack Driscoll, offensive tackle out of Auburn. And now, we continue. Oops. I like blew through all my picks here. Let me go back, because I forgot to pause things. The Redskins at 108 take Joe Bachi, inside linebacker, Michigan State. The Lions, Chase Claypool, wide receiver, Notre Dame. Jets at 110 take Troy Pride Jr., cornerback, Notre Dame. The Texans at 111 take John Simpson, guard out of Clemson. The LA Chargers with the 112th pick take Colin Johnson, wide receiver, Texas. The Panthers at 113 take Rashard Lawrence, defensive tackle, LSU. The Arizona Cardinals at 114 take Bryson Hopkins, tight end, Purdue. The Buffalo Bills, 115th pick, Cameron Dantzler, cornerback, Mississippi State. Jacksonville Jaguars, 116, Van Jefferson, wide receiver out of Florida. The Buccaneers at 117 take Shane Lemieux, guard out of Oregon. The Steelers at 118 take Jordan Brooks, outside linebacker, Texas Tech. Broncos with the 119th pick, Alex Highsmith, defensive end, Charlotte. The New York Giants at 120 take Devin Asiasi, tight end out of UCLA. The Raiders at 121 take Terrell Burgess, safety out of Utah. Indianapolis Colts at 122 take Troy Dye, inside linebacker, Oregon. The Cowboys at 123 take Zach Moss, running back out of Utah. Steelers at 124 take Tyler Johnson, wide receiver, Minnesota. The Patriots at 125 take Darrington Evans, running back, Appalachian State. The Rams at 126 take Amik Robertson, cornerback, Louisiana Tech. The Eagles at 127 take Leki Fotu, tackle, Utah. The Cleveland Browns at 128 take Francis Bernard, inside linebacker, Utah. Baltimore Ravens at 129 take Kayvon Wallace, safety out of Clemson. The Saints at 130 take Davion Taylor, linebacker, Colorado. The Redskins with the 131st pick take Devon Hamilton, defensive tackle, Ohio State. The Vikings at 132 take Michael Walker, inside linebacker, Fresno State. And here we are at the 133rd pick, the Seahawks. What to do? I'm going to stay on the offensive side of the ball. I want to have another addition to that wide receiving core, and it's going to be John Hightower, wide receiver, Boise State. Before we continue this on, let's take a quick look at the tape of Mr. John Hightower. Take a look. John Hightower is an athletic receiver with nice size who flashes tremendous playmaking ability. Look at him break some tackles, speed over the middle. Down. There he is on the bottom of your screen. Makes a nice fight for the ball. Almost loses it, but manages to. Mr. Hightower, looking forward to seeing some Russell Wilson throws to John Hightower, wide receiver out of Boise State. Continuing on, we've got the Baltimore Ravens at 134. Select KJ Hill, wide receiver, Ohio State. The Steelers at 135 take Isaiah Hodgkins, wide receiver, Oregon State. The Packers at 136 select Jake Fromm, quarterback, Georgia. The Jaguars at 137 select Brandon Jones, safety, Texas. The Chiefs at 138 select Colby Parkinson, tight end, Stanford. Jets at 139 select Antonio Gibson, running back, Memphis. Jaguars at 140 select Kenny. We got a trade. They trade to the Vikings. Vikings move up at 140 and select Kenny Robinson, who was a safety at the XFL, formerly West Virginia. Miami at 141 select Kalia Lipscomb, wide receiver, Vanderbilt. Redskins at 142 select Anthony McFarland, running back, Maryland. Atlanta Falcons 143 select Kamal Martin, outside linebacker, Minnesota. And here we are, Seattle at 144. What to do? Well, again, I stay on the offensive side of the ball, and I'm looking for help in the running back and wide receiver position who can do a little bit of both. And the guy who could fit that bill, where is he? Where'd he go? Where's my guy? Don't tell me he's off the board. That would really piss me off. No. Is he gone? It's going to mess up my whole system. Uh-oh. He's gone. Well, I guess I'm going to have to pick somebody else. We need a running back. And I'm basing a lot of these selects. I got to go to my... I've got to look at my drafting positions here. And it looks like I got a notice saying that some of my highlights might have caused my stream to get blocked. Is that a fact? Doggone it. Okay. I might have to go away from these highlights. I don't know. It's messing up my stream. Let's go to my list of running backs here, and I'm going to take... Who shall I take? Guys, I need some help here. At 139, should I take Keyshawn Vaughn? Or Lamar Perrine? Del Ecke is Perrine is an underrated running back. Let's go with that. Thanks for the help from the crowd. I'm going to select Lamar Perrine. Lamar Perrine, running back out of Florida. I don't have his bio handy right here. Let's see, Lamar Perrine. Let's read up on him. He's a tough, hard-charging ball carrier who also displays the ability to create yardage, patient, runs and will pick and choose his spots on the inside, instinctive, displays the ability to quickly cut back against the grain and does not lose momentum when he changes direction, keeps the play in bounds, runs north and south, and falls forward when tackled. I like that. Solid pass catcher out of the backfield who extends his hands and grabs the throw away from his frame, nicely adjusts to the errant throw and looks the ball into his hands. So there we go. So ball carrier who could also, catch the ball as well. So there we go. We're going to go with that. Lamar Perrine, running back out of Florida. Let's resume our draft. Thank you for your input. I will go to the crowd for input because at this late stage, it's hard to know all these guys. Okay. The Eagles with the 145th pick in the NFL draft select James Morgan, quarterback, FIU. And the Eagles, once again, to round up the 4th round, select Cameron Brown, outside linebacker, Penn State. And that's it. We are more than halfway through the NFL draft. We're about to begin round 5, the 5th round. And Seattle, once again, we have the first pick in the 5th round at 147. I don't know if this messes up my entire draft chart. I had it all planned out, and this whole thing, somebody threw a wrench in it. But let's see. Who did I have? Where was my notes here? Oh, yes. Where? 147? We're in 147. Okay. Well, I want to go back to the defensive side of the ball, and I'm looking to get some depth in our linebacking core. And I wanted... doggone it. I wanted Cameron Brown, and they took it from me. So I'm going to have to switch it up here. I'm going to have to take Casey Toohill, the linebacker out of Stanford. Eagles messed me up. So I'm going to draft Casey Toohill at 147 here. Let's read up a little bit on Casey Toohill. He's a fierce linebacker with solid athleticism and upside, plays smart, disciplined football, shows good recognition and stays with assignments, forceful up the field, works his hands throughout the action and gives a lot of effort, quickly locates the ball, easily changes direction, and hustles to make plays. Occasionally comes out of a three-point stance and plays with outstanding pad level, chases the action hard and shows the ability to pursue laterally. All right, so there we go. Casey Toohill, outside linebacker out of Stanford. Let's continue with the draft. With the 148th pick, the Panthers select. Nope, there's a trade. The Lions take the pick, and they select Netane Muti, guard out of Fresno State. Now the Panthers get the 149th pick, and they select Alton Robinson, defensive end, Syracuse. The New York Giants, with the 150th pick, select Robert Windsor, defensive tackle, Penn State. Chargers at 151, select Solomon Kindley, guard out of Georgia. And that brings us back to Seattle with the 152nd pick. I'm going to go back to the offensive side of the ball. We've been talking about linemen and other skill positions, but we also need to address the backup quarterback position, something that we don't normally have to deal with. However, we need to have one, even though I don't think he's going to see the field much. And that person I want to pick here is somebody I've seen a lot here playing in the Pac-12. That would be Anthony Gordon, quarterback, Washington State. I think I got some tape on him. Here we go. Anthony Gordon. Check it out. Anthony Gordon, quarterback out of Wazoo. Watch him throw this ball. They love to air it out there in that air raid offense. Or it used to be the air raid offense anyway. And Anthony Gordon's a strong arm passer who put himself on the scouting radar with a tremendous senior season. Patient in the pocket, goes through progressions and dumps the ball off to his second or third target. Effectively reads defenses most of the time and quickly locates the open wideout. Now, again, I don't expect him to be needed much, but you do need a guy who can run the scout team, and just in case things go south, you do need an able-bodied guy to take the place of Russell Wilson when, if and when that horrible day should come that he is unable to take the field. But prolific passer, lots of yardage at Wazoo, and that is your backup, potentially one of your backup quarterbacks for your Seattle Seahawks. Look at throw, splitting defenders. I like it. All right, Anthony Gordon now resuming the NFL draft. The Dolphins at 153 select. Nope, they'd make a trade. The Bears take the trade, and the 153rd pick goes to the Bears, and they select Antonio Gandy Golden, wide receiver out of Liberty. The Dolphins at 154 select Keshawn Vaughn, running back, Vanderbilt. Jaguars at 155 select Michael Ojemudia, cornerback, Iowa. The 49ers at 156 select Hunter Bryant, tight end, Washington. I watched this guy quite a bit as a Husky. Doggone 49ers got our guy. Jacksonville Jaguars 157 select Robert Hunt, tackle, offensive tackle, Louisiana. Jets at 158 select. No. 158, they make a trade. The 49ers take the 158th pick. Kindle Vildor, cornerback out of Georgia Southern. The Raiders at 159 select Darian Daniels, defensive tackle, Nebraska. The Colts at 160 pick. No, they make a trade. The Chiefs take the 160th pick, and they select Dane Jackson, cornerback, Pitt. The Buccaneers at 161 select Brian Cole, safety, Mississippi State. The Redskins at 162 select Justin Strnad, inside linebacker, Wake Forest. Miami Dolphins at 163 select J.R. Reed, safety, out of Georgia. The Cowboys at 164 select Josiah DeGuara, tight end, Cincinnati. Jaguars at 165 select Jonah Jackson, guard, Ohio State. The Lions at 166 select Kaliki Hudson, inside linebacker, Michigan. The Browns at 167 select L'Jarius Sneed, cornerback, Louisiana Tech. That's a cool name. L'Jarius Sneed. Just rolls off the tongue. Really cool. Colts at 168 select Hakeem Adeniji, offensive tackle, Kansas. Saints at 169 select. Oh, no, we have a trade. Colts go back-to-back, take the 169th pick, and take Thaddeus Moss, the offspring of You Got Mossed, Randy Moss, tight end, LSU. The Ravens at 170 select Evan Weaver, Cal. The Dolphins at 171 take Colton McKivitz, offensive tackle, West Virginia. Cowboys at 172 take. Nope, they make a trade with the Buffalo Bills, who take Quintez Cephas, wide receiver, Wisconsin. Texans at 173 select Charlie Heck, offensive tackle, UNC. The Tennessee Titans at 174 select Stephen Sullivan, tight end, LSU. The Packers at 175 select Lavert Hill, cornerback, Michigan. The Jets at 176 select Ben Bredesen, guard, Michigan. The Chiefs at 177 select Sean Bradley, inside linebacker, Temple. Broncos at 178 select Nick Harris, cornerback, Washington. Familiar with that guy too. And finally, rounding up the last pick of the 5th round of the NFL draft in 2020, the Dallas Cowboys with the 179th pick select Antoine Brooks Jr., safety out of Maryland. All right, 5 rounds in my mock draft. We're into round 6. 2 rounds to go. This is where we start getting the scraps off the bottom of the barrel here, where you sometimes find diamonds in the rough, like finding Chris Carson in the 7th round a couple of years ago, or a few years ago. So here we go round 6 at the 180th pick. What do you guys think here? Why do we keep getting the first pick of a round? Because I work it like that, baby. What's up, Martin? Yes, I made a trade with the Bengals. Only 77 more picks to go. Rohan from the 49ers says, Dave DePere, I like it when Cowboys go back certain spots in 5th round and get an extra 7th. This is too realistic. Well, we'll find out soon enough. In a couple days or in a day or so. Sean Van Buren says they want to take another lineman. LOL. Seahawks, pardon. I want Chrysosimo to do the picks. I'll tell you what. I will have Chrysosimo pick the 49ers. I should have done that before. 49ers, I should have had Chrysosimo do it. When the 49ers pick, I will let Chrysosimo do the picking. Okay. Here we go. Let's go. Somebody says, IB Dave Jones. Hey, IB Dave Jones says, I would go with a safety. R. Badigan wants the O-line. Joel L. Wish I could talk to you about this offseason, Norb. I know. We will be doing some calls during the draft tomorrow when I live stream. Another wish for safety from Surfyan Imran. We need a safety. 100 people watching the stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, you guys. Tight end. Somebody wants a tight end. I think we're in good shape with a tight end. Jasper Nelson says we need a running back. All right, well, I'm going to tell you, I got a plan here. My plan's been messed up a couple times, but let's see what happens here. With the 180th pick, I heard a couple guys say they wanted a safety, and guess what? That's what I want. I want a safety. And if the guy's on the board, I'm taking him. He is. I want Tanner Muse, safety out of Clemson. Check it out. Where is he? Tanner Muse, right here. Tanner Muse. Smart, tough safety with linebacker size. Look at him get the ball, take it the other way. He's instinctive, displays a great hand for the ball and stays with his assignments. Tracks the pass in the air, gets vertical, and fights to defend throws. Like that right there. Sells out to up in the field on the blitz, sacrifices his body to make plays against run, and plays with an all-out mentality. Booyah! Quick out to the sidelines and displays a solid burst of closing speed. Keeps the action in front of him and rarely makes mental mistakes. Smart player with a good hustle and aggressive mentality. Look at that. Hits him low, stops him in his tracks. Boom, diving for the interception. Look at that play. What a hustle play. I love it. Let's see what he does here. Quarterback scrambles. He's going to run, but closing in. Boom. Nope. There's a miss. Pow. Ooh, look at that. Lays it into his stomach. Takes the quarterback down. Look at that jump. Cuts in front of the route. Gets the interception. Gotta love it. I like this guy. Tanner Muse out of Clemson. Safety. In a secondary that needs a little bit of competition and a little more insurances. All right. Here we go. Continuing on with the draft. Hope you like that. The Dolphins with 181st pick. Joe Reed, wide receiver, University of Virginia, I think. UVA, University of Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. The Lions at 182, select James Proche, wide receiver, SMU. Giants at 183, select Sadiq Charles, offensive tackle, LSU. And I get one more pick here in the 6th round, 184th pick. We were just addressing the secondary with a safety. I feel like I want a little bit more competition. Let's see what people are saying out here. Dale Acu says, do we have a middle linebacker or O-line, outside linebacker? I did get one. Seahawks Martin wants a linebacker. Nathaniel Parks, everybody's saying get a linebacker. Defensive tackle, draft yourself. All right, I got to remind myself to make sure I remember the 49ers pick. I got to do it Chrysosimo style. MJ Daniel says wide receiver or corner. Somebody wants an inside linebacker. Or he wants a tight end. Man, everybody's all over the place in here. All right. I'm going to make an executive decision here. We struggled so much at cornerback last year. And Quentin Dunbar is going to be a great addition. It's going to be a great place. But I need more. I'm looking at cornerback here again. And I'm going to Utah. Team I saw a lot play my Huskies. Julian Blackman, cornerback out of Utah. There we go. For the 184th pick, the Seahawks select Julian Blackman, cornerback out of Utah. Let's see if I got some tape on this guy. I think I do. Yes, I do. Julian Blackman. He's a versatile defensive back who could be used at corner or safety. Disciplined, instinctive, and quick to read and diagnose. Stays with his assignments. Keeps the action in front of him and works well with teammates to bracket receivers in the middle of the field. Tracks the pass in the air, effectively times his pass defenses, and shows a nice move to the throw. Fires up the field and gives effort against the run. Solid special teams player who is an effective punt returner. Special teams and a good defender. Look at that hit. I think the Seahawks could use a guy like that. So here we go. We shall continue with the Miami Dolphins at 185. They select Khalil Davis, defensive tackle in Nebraska. Chargers with the 186th pick. Tech Neville Clark, cornerback, UCF. The Browns at 187 take Aloy Gilman, safety, Notre Dame. The Cowboys at 188 select TJ Brunson, inside linebacker, South Carolina. The Jaguars at 189 select Tremaine Antrim, guard, Clemson. The Eagles at 190 select Trajan Bandy, cornerback, Miami. Jets at 191 select Danny Pinter, guard, Ball State. The Packers at 192 select Terrence Steele, offensive tackle, Texas Tech. The Saints at 193 select Benito Jones, defensive tackle, Ole Miss. The Buccaneers at 194 select Courtney Davis, wide receiver, Texas A&M. The Patriots at 195 select Cordell Iwagwu, guard out of TCU. The Bears at 196 select Anfernee Jennings, defensive end, Alabama. The Colts at 197 select Ladarius Hamilton, defensive end, North Texas. Steelers at 198 select James Robinson, running back, Illinois State. The Rams at 199 select Laryl Murchison, defensive tackle, NC State. The Dolphins at pick 200 select Josiah Scott, cornerback, Michigan State. The Vikings at 201 select Alex Taylor, offensive tackle, SC State. The Cardinals at 202 select Damian Lewis, guard, out of LSU. The New Orleans Saints at 203 select McTelvin Agim, defensive tackle, Arkansas. The Patriots at 204 select Kevin Dotson, guard, Louisiana. The Vikings at 205 select Ben DiNucci, quarterback, from James Madison. With the 206th pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Jamarcus Bradley, wide receiver, Louisiana. The Cowboys at 207 select DJ Wanham, defensive end, South Carolina. Packers with back-to-back picks at the 208th pick select Yasir Durant, tackle, Missouri. And with their 209th pick, the Green Bay Packers select James Smith-Williams, defensive end, NC State. Pardon me for a moment.
This is Chrysostome, and this is the 2020 Mockery Draft. Here we go. My 49ers, who should have won Super Bowl 54, with the 210th pick in the NFL Draft, select... Who do we select? What button do I push here? There you go. Raekwon Williams, defensive tackle, Michigan State. Who the hell is this guy? I don't know. You better do something good for me, man. Defensive tackle. You got some big shoes to fill, dude. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, Chrysostome, for that wonderful introduction. Colorful introduction. We shall continue with the draft. Jets at 211. Select Broderick Washington Jr., D tackle, Texas Tech. Patriots at 212. Select Josh Metellus, safety out of Michigan. The Cowboys at 213. Select Desmond Patmon, wide receiver, Washington State. And to round off the 6th round, we get another pick here at 214. I want to go to the audience and see what you guys think. I've got a plan, but I'd like to see what you guys think we should do with this final 6th round pick. Anybody? Anyone? Brice, D tackle. Brice says he wants to D tackle. Ori Hwang says Calvin Throckmorton, versatile lineman. I don't know if he's on the board. Lamar Jackson. Yeah, right. Nathaniel Parks, D tackle or a fullback? Del Aki wants a linebacker. Alex wants a wide receiver. Sam Dog says we got to get at the trenches, baby. Well, I am with Sam Dog and a couple of other people there who said we need linemen. And I'm going to go back on the defensive side of the ball. D tackle. And is my guy there? Yes, he is. I'm going to get one of these big boys out of Nebraska. Carlos Davis from Nebraska, D tackle. Let's see what he's all about. Carlos Davis. He's an athletic defensive lineman whose game has leveled off the past 3 years, but he plays with terrific pad level and leverage and fights with his hands. Look at him throw them down, bury him down into the ground. He's resilient, works hard to chase the action, displays good movement skills, fires off the snap, shows great quickness. Look at that. Oh, look at him chasing him down, forces the quarterback inside, and attracts double team blocks. Easily changes direction and moves well laterally. Let's see what he does here on this play. Moves, shifts over, sheds a blocker, causes a loss in the play. Oh, sheds off the block on the right side and gets the sack. Sack! Here he comes again. Oh, look at him stuff the running back. What looked like was going to be a big game, stuffed it right there for hardly a game, maybe a yard. Look at the pursuit. Comes off the pass rush and comes back down the field to make a play. All right, so that wraps up our last pick of the 6th round. We are now in the final round of the NorbCam Mock Draft 2020. We have one pick left, the 221st pick. And the mock draft, for all intents and purposes, will, I think, end once my pick goes through here, but we'll see. So, continue with the draft here, the 7th round, the 7th and final round of the NorbCam mock draft. Here we go. The Bengals, with the 215th pick in the NFL draft, select Juwan Johnson, wide receiver, Oregon. The Redskins at 216 select Jake Luton, quarterback, Oregon State. Oh, we got another 49ers pick. Pardon me while we switch positions. Here you go, Cosmo. You're up.
Thanks, Norb. I appreciate it. Thanks for throwing me a bone and remembering me at the 6th round to let me talk. This guy. Anyway, the 49ers, the NFC champion 49ers, in the 217th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, select Chappelle Russell. Don't say Russell. That's a bad word for me. Chappelle Russell, outside linebacker, Temple. You got some work to do, boy. You got some work to do. Better get us back to that Super Bowl I'm talking about. Bye-bye.
Okay. So, very nice, very nice. Continuing on, the Giants with the 218th pick select Calvin Throckmorton, center from Oregon. The Vikings with the 219th pick select Steven Montez, quarterback, Colorado. The LA Chargers with the 220th pick select Dalton Keene, tight end, Virginia Tech. And our final pick of the night. What do you guys think? What should Seattle do with their very final pick here in round 7? Tight end. Ori Juan wants a tight end. Oh, Andrew Sun says, seriously, NorbCam, Lamar Jackson is on the board. Seriously, he's a cornerback. He's a cornerback, everybody tell Norb. Okay. Let me look here. Just out of curiosity. You know, you're right. There's Lamar Jackson. Sorry, man. I wasn't like listening to you. You are right. Lamar Jackson. I do, however, feel like I've addressed the secondary quite a bit in this. There's one position, though, that I still feel like needs to be dealt with. And Seahawks Nation, I'm with you, bro. Running back. We need to get some running back depth here. We need some running back here. Yes, IB Dave Jones says tight end or running back. I'm with you, running back. We need some depth behind our 2 injured backs, Rashad Penny and Chris Carson. Chris Carson most likely in his final year, unless the Seahawks extend him. Chris Carson's still my number 1 guy, but we got other people. We need some depth in case they get banged up again. We don't want to have to be scraping Marshawn Lynch off the parking lot heap at the end of the season. We need some depth. But whom shall I send? Any ideas? We're not going to get a superstar in the 7th round. At least not that we know of. I am going to look here in the running back position. We go offense, running back. And the name that jumps out to me here is the name that looks like it's hard to pronounce. I'm going to go with Sewo Olonilua, running back out of TCU, for my final pick in the NFL draft. Let's check out the tape, and I'll show you why I selected this guy. All right, Siwo is, I'm just kidding, SO. He's a large downhill ball carrier who plays with an aggressive attitude, shows power in his lower body. Looking to fight for the end zone here. Kapow! Breaks tackles and picks up a lot of yards off initial contact. Potentially waits for blocks to develop. Look at that outside edge speed. Finds the running lanes and shows a quickness for a bigger back. Displays the ability to make defenders miss in a small area. Works, runs, and falls forward when tackled. I like that. Helps the quarterback sell ball fakes. Good for play action. Solid pass catcher out of the backfield who adjusts to the errant throw and extends his hands to snatch the ball away from his frame. So he can run the ball and he can also catch the ball, which I think is something that could be really helpful. Even play a little wildcat right there. I like the look of it. So there you go. I guess I'll continue with the rest of this draft and see if it finishes up here. It does. Okay, I'll finish it out. The Cardinals at 222 go with Tyree Cleveland, wide receiver, Florida. Jacksonville Jaguars, Thacarius Keys, cornerback, Tulane. Tennessee Titans at 224 take Tipa Galeai, Outside linebacker, Utah State. The Ravens at 225, select Stephen Guidry. Wide receiver, Michigan State. The Bears at 226, select Malcolm Perry. Running back, Navy. Dolphins at 227, select John Penisini. Defensive tackle, Utah. Falcons at 228, select Jamichael Hasty. Running back, Baylor. Redskins at 229, select Brian Harrion. Running back, Georgia. Patriots at 230, select John Runyon Jr., guard out of Michigan. The Cowboys at 231, select Justin Herron, offensive tackle, Wake Forest. The Steelers at 232, select Miles Dorn, safety out of UNC. The Bears at 233, select Shaquille Quarterman, inside linebacker, Miami. The Rams at 234, select Quez Watkins, wide receiver, Southern Miss. The Lions at 235, select Tyler Bass, kicker from Georgia Southern. That's the first kicker of the draft. Packers at 236, select Harrison Hand, cornerback, Temple. Tennessee Titans at 237, select Lamar Jackson. There's your Lamar Jackson, cornerback out of Nebraska. That means the Titans out of the AFC South got the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North. You could Lamar Jackson intercepting or tackling Lamar Jackson. How fun would that be? New York Giants at 238, select Jevelin Guidry, safety out of Utah. The Buffalo Bills at 239, select Oluwole Betiku Jr., defensive end, Illinois. Texans at 240, select Carter Coughlin, outside linebacker, Minnesota. The Buccaneers at 241, select Kendall Coleman, defensive end, Syracuse. The Packers at 242, select Bravion Roy, defensive tackle, Baylor. The Titans at 243, select Daniel Thomas, safety out of Auburn. The Browns at 244, select Trey Adams, tackle, offensive tackle, Washington. Oh, Crisosimo gets one more pick here. Get over here, Crisosimo.
I'm coming. Don't rush me. I'm taking a leak. Hang on. I think I peed my pants. Okay. I didn't realize I had to pick again. I'm back. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The San Francisco 49ers, the NFC champion San Francisco 49ers, select with the 245th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, select Raymond Calais from running back out of Louisiana. I don't know who that guy is. I'm just cheering because I got the camera on me. Yay! See ya. Bye.
All right, I think we're done with him now. Enough of that noise. The Dolphins at 246, select Jake Hansen, center out of Oregon. The Giants at 247, select Kelly Bryant, quarterback, Missouri. The Texans at 248, select Kendrick Rogers, wide receiver, Texas A&M. The Vikings at 249, select Jonathan Johnson, wide receiver, Missouri. Texans at 250, select Chris Williamson, cornerback, Minnesota. The Dolphins at 251, select Tristan Colin Castillo, center out of Missouri. The Broncos at 252, select Rodney Clemens, safety out of SMU. The Vikings at 253, select Charlie Warner, tight end out of Georgia. At 254, the Broncos select Sage Lewis, inside linebacker, Florida International. And with the final, I believe the final pick, is it the final pick? Maybe. Pick in the NFL Draft, picking at 255, the New York Giants select I guess I didn't see what it was. Well, whatever. The Giants picked some guy. So, that is it, guys. So, here we go. This is your 2020 NorbCam 2020 mock draft class. We'll go through it one more time. Here you go. Curtis Weaver, defensive end out of Boise State. Trevis Gibson, defensive end out of Tulsa. Jordan Elliott, defensive tackle out of Missouri. Brice Hall, cornerback out of the University of Virginia. Jack Driscoll, offensive tackle out of Auburn. John Hightower, wide receiver from Boise State. Lamichael Perrine, running back from Florida. Casey Toohill, outside linebacker from Stanford. Anthony Gordon, quarterback, Washington State. Tanner Muse, safety out of Clemson. Julian Blackman, cornerback out of Utah. Carlos Davis, defensive tackle out of Nebraska. And Sewo Olonilua, running back out of TCU. That is your 2020 NorbCam Seahawks mock draft class. There you go. So now the fun part will be watching this tomorrow and the next couple days after that, seeing what the Seahawks actually do pick, and to see if I get lucky with any of these selections here. I try to be somewhat realistic. I don't know if I could actually make those trades. I was surprised when the computer actually let me trade back for like 4 picks for one. I can't see it happening in real life, but who knows? But I'm happy with this. I mean, I wanted to have some of those other higher end guys at D-line, at defensive end, but the guy that I think everybody really wants to see wasn't going to be there available at number 27 anyway. So I was glad to have a lot more picks to work with here. So there you go. We will see what happens. Dave DePerry gives my draft a B+. What's this website? The website is called, just look up Pro Football Network. It's profootballnetwork.com/mockdraft. profootballnetwork.com/mockdraft. I'll put it right here. When I copy paste it right here. Here you go. In the chat. I'll put it in the comment section as well. There you go. And in the comment area here, near below, I'll say mock draft engine provided by Pro Football Network. All right. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, I've never done this before, and this is actually a good little activity to do, and you guys might want to try to do it yourself. I know a lot of you probably have a lot of information that you guys use to do your draft research, but this was kind of fun exercise to just sort of, it makes you kind of get familiar with who are the guys out there, and so when the names start popping up on the radar on draft day, a lot of these names will become more familiar to you as you start doing some of your, just playing around with the mock and seeing who's available at different times. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I hope you guys did too. So join me tomorrow with the mock draft. Tomorrow, I believe the draft starts at 7 o'clock Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific. I will probably just start there right when the draft begins at the start, and just kind of stick with it up to the end, since the Seahawks don't pick till 27, which they probably won't pick anyway, and they'll probably just trade back. So it'll be fun to watch, and probably take some phone calls during that time, since there'll be a lot of dead time in between picks. This will be the first time in a long time I'm not going to a draft party. Pretty much every year on the first day of the draft, I've gone to the Seahawks draft parties, which have been at either at CenturyLink Event Center or at Earl's over in Bellevue, but because of the stay-at-home order, all that got canceled. So we're all doing this virtually, and I know a few Seahawks fans are doing a virtual appearance on some of the when I think the Seahawks come to make their pick. So it'd be cool to see some of our familiar faces. But yeah, there you go. Those are your mock draft class right there. Not bad. I think I turned 7 picks into 13. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being part of this. I had a great time. Hope you guys did too. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button right down there. It really helps me out a lot. Hit the like button too. That's also good with the YouTube algorithm likes that. And hit the notification bell while you're at it. And that way, whenever I come out with a new video, you will be alerted. Bing! I'll tell you that I'm live or a video's been posted, that kind of thing. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you later, and go Hawks.